This is the black market, a hidden empire thriving in every corner of the world, an underworld that trades in human lives, organs, endangered animals, and deadly counterfeits. It's a shadow economy worth hundreds of billions, thriving on desperation, greed, and silence. What if you wake up in an unfamiliar room, groggy from sedation, only to realize your kidney has been stolen? Imagine life-saving medicine that's actually fake powder in a capsule, killing you quietly from within. What if an online empire selling heroin, LSD, and hacking services with the click of a button, funded entirely in anonymous Bitcoin? Imagine a single kilogram of pangolin scales being worth more than your yearly salary because of a baseless superstition. We have investigated these markets for months. What we found is more horrifying than we ever imagined. This is the story of a sinister world hidden in plain sight. This is the black market. Let's start with one of the most disturbing black markets of all: organ trafficking. In Gurgaon, India, a chilling operation was uncovered. Desperate laborers were promised honest jobs to feed their families. They arrived hopeful but left mutilated. Here's how it worked. Recruiters scouted poor men seeking work. Once recruited, these men were sedated under the guise of pre-employment health checks. When they woke up, they felt an aching void in their bodies. Because there was. Their kidneys had been removed. These kidneys were sold to wealthy patients across the globe for up to hundreds of thousands each. Doctors, brokers, hospital staff, everyone took a cut. This isn't an isolated case. According to the World Health Organization, up to a tenth of all organ transplants worldwide involve trafficked organs. Imagine that. Every 10th organ in someone's body was ripped from another under coercion or deceit. A market fueled by the desperation of the poor and the desperation of the sick. The perfect breeding ground for moral decay. But human lives are traded for more than just their organs. Entire lives are sold for labor and sexual exploitation. In the UK, a horrifying forced labor ring was uncovered. Vulnerable Eastern Europeans were brought in under promises of legitimate work. Once there, their passports were seized. They were forced to wash cars or pick crops for as little as a few pounds per week. Refusal meant violence, starvation, or worse. Globally, human trafficking for forced labor and sexual exploitation is worth billions annually. Yes, the modern slave trade is thriving in your supply chains, farms, nail salons, and brothels. The pangolin, the world's most trafficked mammal, was killed in the tens of thousands to meet demand. Why? Because of an unproven belief that their scales can cure diseases. Each kilogram of scales sold for thousands in China. The UNODC estimates the global illegal wildlife trade generates up to tens of billions annually. That's a hidden economy funded by ancient superstitions and modern greed, driving countless species to extinction. Then, there is the digital black market, lurking just a few clicks beneath the surface. Ross Ulbricht, known online as Dread Pirate Roberts, launched the Silk Road, the world's first large-scale dark web marketplace. It offered everything: heroin, LSD, forged documents, hacking services, anything you desired, anonymously delivered to your door. Silk Road's currency? Bitcoin, of course, allowing millions to buy and sell illicit goods with untraceable transactions. The FBI finally shut it down, seizing hundreds of millions worth of Bitcoin. Ulbricht was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. But Silk Road didn't die with Ross. It inspired an entire dark web ecosystem. Today, drug trafficking online remains a multi-billion-dollar black market. But if you think these are the only life-threatening markets, think again. Every year, thousands die silently from counterfeit pharmaceuticals. Interpol's Operation Pangea has seized millions of fake medicines, counterfeit cancer drugs, antibiotics, vaccines, all containing ineffective powders or toxic substances. In Africa and Southeast Asia, 1 in 10 medical products is counterfeit. Imagine taking what you believe is life-saving treatment only to be poisoned or left untreated. Operation Pangea seized millions worth of fake drugs in just 1 week. The WHO estimates counterfeit drugs cause hundreds of thousands of deaths annually. This is the sinister nature of black markets. They prey on the desperate, the sick, the endangered, and the voiceless. And these markets thrive because they operate in the shadows where no one dares to look. But let's look deeper. Organ traffickers justify their acts as saving lives of wealthy recipients. Wildlife smugglers claim they are preserving traditions and medicine. Dark web dealers call themselves libertarians, bringing freedom of choice. Counterfeit pharmaceutical manufacturers see it as a lucrative shortcut in an overpriced industry. Human traffickers? They simply call it business. Yet behind every justification is an undeniable truth. So, these are empires built on stolen life, stolen dignity, stolen futures. No market reveals the shadows of humanity like the black market. It's not just criminal, it's a window into the darkest impulses of civilization, where profit outweighs morality, where death is a mere cost of doing business. We have spent months dissecting these hidden markets. Did you know the global black market now makes up 7 to 10% of the entire world's GDP? That's trillions of dollars in smuggled goods, counterfeit products, and underground services, moving through international channels as freely as legal trade. And in 2025, it's only getting bigger. Let's get into crypto crime because it's booming. According to Chainalysis, over $40 billion in illicit crypto transfers were tracked in 2024 alone, and projections say we're heading toward $51 billion and beyond. Zoom out further, and cybercrime as a whole? It's expected to cost the world $10.5 trillion by the end of 2025. That's more than the GDP of Japan and Germany combined. If cybercrime were a country, it would be the third largest economy on Earth. So what does this all mean? The black market in 2025 is no longer back alley deals and shady cash. It's digital, global, and dangerously innovative. From hijacking crypto wallets to flying illegal goods with drones to faking luxury brands, organized crime is moving faster than governments can keep up. And while law enforcement scrambles to adapt, the dark hidden market keeps growing. We have spent months dissecting these hidden markets, from trafficked kidneys to murdered pangolins, from digital heroin bazaars to fake medicines killing silently, and the modern slaves washing your car for pennies. The evidence is irrefutable, the data is clear. The black market is not an underground myth. It is as real as the device in your hand, the food you eat, and the people you walk past every day. It thrives because we choose not to look. But beneath its shadow lies the worst of humanity: exploitation, extinction, and death. Bizarre and wild things people will do for money. If you made it to the end, like this video and subscribe for more stories.